I have basically been an artist my whole life. And for the past 14 years, my work has focused on conveying the urgency of climate change. And in order to do that, I have traveled to places where ice is melting and where sea levels are rising. And I actually spent quite a bit of my childhood traveling to really remote places. And those experiences really instilled in me a deep love of landscape. And when you love something, you want to protect it, right? So my work has always been about offering you a chance to experience these places that you might not have the chance to actually visit in person. And by showing you the beauty of these remote places, I hope to inspire you to want to help protect and preserve them. I got an email about 4 years ago from NASA inviting me to join them in Antarctica. And a few months later, I found myself joining Operation Ice Bridge at the very bottom of Chile, about to board a flight to Antarctica. So Operation Ice Bridge has been mapping the ice at both poles for over a decade now. And I had the opportunity to fly with them over Antarctica and also the Arctic, so a couple different missions. The aircrafts that we flew on are basically flying laboratories. They're equipped with a whole suite of instruments, including lasers, radar, an infrared sensor, digital photography, and then something called a gravimeter, which measures gravity. The flights were on average about 12 hours long, and this was like day after day. And we flew only 1,500 feet, which is pretty low, above sea ice, glaciers, mountaintops. It was truly spectacular. For the ice bridge scientists and engineers, there is rapid change occurring just beneath the surface. It's this very complex interplay of freshwater rivers, valleys of bedrock, and warmer ocean waters that are eating away at our glaciers from beneath. As our climate changes, this ice melt is speeding up. The rate at which all of the ice in Antarctica is melting has actually tripled just in the last decade. And these ice bridge missions are collecting very critical information about how this ice loss is occurring and what these changes mean for global sea level rise and, of course, coastal communities around the world. And so I felt like I needed, in order to bring people closer to the sublime beauty of the and vulnerability too of ice, I had to kind of zoom in and focus on the details. The colors really range from this like dark inky blue to a electric turquoise like this one. And that is actually a visual language of time and of pressure. So my motivation as an artist has always been to evoke an emotional connectedness to these very fragile and faraway places and to forge a sense of stewardship. Since few people are really able to see these extreme and remote landscapes up close, the size of my drawings serves to envelop the viewer, facilitating both like an intimacy, but also an awe. And, I think climate change too can feel like this really overwhelming abstraction. It's arguably the biggest challenge of our time. And yet it's also the hardest story to tell. So these drawings are meant to be a portrait of this accelerated loss and a clarion call for faster action against that loss. The most significant data from the project have shown that the entire West Antarctic ice sheet has likely entered an unstable state, and it may now be in irreversible decline. But focusing on the positive is, I think, empowering. So that's what I try to do with my work, to celebrate what is still here and to give viewers a sense that it is still possible to do something to protect this earth that sustains us. I am just truly grateful for the time that we all have to appreciate what is around us and to take action to protect it. Thank you.